My name is Winfred, and welcome to this channel where it's all about life. Yeah, today we are talking again about life and life happenings, and our topic of discussion is love or lust. Can you tell the difference? That's what we are going to be handling today, and I'm hoping that you've told a friend and you've grabbed a bite and you have a drink because this will go through some time, guys. So go ahead and tell a friend, and together let us talk about life. I'm going to share the link. Go ahead and do the same. Thank you so much for tuning in. Subscribers, you are amazing. And those of you who are dropping by for the very first time, welcome, guys, to this channel. This channel is dedicated to reading the Bible on a daily basis, but Fridays are dedicated to life. We talk about life happenings, how we do life generally, and it is fun. This is one way you can, do your Friday away. Yeah. So we talk about life, and today is not any different. We are going to be talking about life. Some of the time we can talk about finances. Sometimes we talk about uh, leadership. These are some of the topics we've covered, relationships, and everything in between. Just think about it. We talk about it on Friday. So today we are doing with the same, and we are talking about love or lust. Can you tell the difference? So if you are one that is wondering about those, go on and tell a friend, or tune in and stay till the end and see. Probably you have learned a thing or two. I'm trying to share the link, and when I do, guys, we will start. This will take a few minutes, so finish sharing. I hope you have done the same, and that person that you would want to hear this topic is tuned in. This will take us a few minutes, then we will officially go off. I want to see who is on so far. Jasper. Hi, Jasper. Thank you so much for being the very first one to tune in. And you're welcome to this channel. I pray that you're blessed. And welcome back, guys, to the channel. Today we are talking about love or lust. Can you tell the difference? Yeah. Um, that is a topic that everyone has probably wondered about at some point. Yeah, love and or lust. Can you tell the difference? That is probably a topic that you've wondered about at some point. Hi, Alan. Hi, Shaboya. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. And I'm glad that you are on at this time. Uh, have you ever met someone and felt that instant spark, that rush or the urgency? Yeah, you couldn't stop thinking about them, And when their names popped up, you felt your heart rest. Well, was that love or was that um, lust? We are yet to unfold and find out the difference. Today's talk podcast, we will dig deep and we will unpack the truth about love or lust. And I just want to know how your day has been. Mine has been great. I've been out most of the day and sitting here joining you guys. I'm actually grateful we have power at the same time because normally you could be willing to tune in, but then there's no power or it's one thing or the other. But I'm glad that everything has worked out for our good and we are able to go on live today. In that comment section, it's a live podcast. Guys, go on and tell me about your day, how your day has been, and what you've been able to do since morning. You can go ahead and share. Remember, Fridays are dedicated to life. So here we can feel free to talk about life experiences, life throwbacks, So unwind and just let me know about your day, how it has been. Otherwise, my day has been great, and I'm glad that I'm here today with you guys, well and able. I'm grateful for that because there are those, my friends, who have not been able to make it through today. But if you're here today, reason for you to thank God for life because He is the one who preserves. Now, the topic of discussion is love or lust. And remember, guys, it's a live podcast. You go on and drop your comments. I'll be able to read them. Today, I have no co host, and I'm hoping next time we'll have someone over. But I'll be able to do it with you guys if you keep me posted on your opinions regarding love or lust. We want to see today that we can tell the difference between love or lust. Because sometimes there is experiences we get to feel, and then we wonder, is this love? And then after that, after you've settled, you find out that you had really made a mistake. It wasn't love. You actually start doubting if you've ever loved this person or this person has ever meant anything to you. Those things happen, and you wouldn't be the first one. It happens to all of us. And guess what? We learn sometimes through our mistakes, but it's also good that before we get ourselves involved so deep, we are able to tell the difference. There are some people who feel, if you feel a certain way about a person, the sparks, when their names pop up, you feel that those, the racing of your heart, you feel this must be the one and this must be love. Well, was that love for you or what? Is it love if you're experiencing it now? If it is not, let us know what your take is. It's a live podcast and we will officially start now. So I officially welcome you guys. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about love or lust, a topic that almost everyone has wondered about at some point. If you have not, well, I have at some point. Is it love or is it lust? Can you tell the difference? Yeah, that's the thing that we are going to be dealing with today. Have you ever met someone and felt that instant spark and a rush or an urgency? You couldn't stop thinking about them, and when their names pop up, you feel your heart is racing. Well, was that love or was that lust? We are yet to find out. In today's podcast, we'll dig deep and unpack the truth about love or lust. Now, the areas that we're going to cover are the science behind love and lust. We'll also deal with real relationship stories, red flags and green flags in a relationship, how modern dating blurs the lines, yeah? Because today's dating is really crazy. I mean, you can date a person when you've never met or even seen each other, and you keep on counting. We've been going out or we've been dating for this long, when actually you've never met or probably even talked except sending texts, and that is a relationship. So today's dating has blurred the lines, yeah? And most importantly, how can you learn to tell the difference is what we are going to be dealing with today. So settle and grab a drink and let us talk. It is Friday, you're not going anywhere. By the time that you're seated here watching this, guys, you are here. So let's make it lively. Let me know what your opinion is on this topic of discussion. First of all, we are going to talk about what is love and what is lust. If we can tell the difference, then we can for sure be able to judge that actually the relationship I'm in right now is of love or is of lust. By the end of this podcast, you should be able to tell the difference between the two. Love is emotional, it's that connection, it grows slowly, yeah, demands vulnerability, and thrives on trust. That is love. I will say it again. Love is emotional, it's a connection, it grows slowly. Without you knowing, this person has really swum their way to your heart. And it demands vulnerability. If you're not going to be vulnerable with a person, love is not the thing for you. It is actually lust. If you can't let down your guard and be yourself and let this person love you for who you truly are, then that person doesn't love you. And you don't love them if you're not willing to take them in the way they are, the truth about them. And love thrives on trust. Guys, if there is no trust in a relationship, that is not love. It is lust. It is in for you're in it for what you can get out. Now I'll say this again about love. Love is emotional. I need you to understand those bits. It's a connection, yeah, because you have to connect with this person. Because if you don't connect with them, there's no way you can run a relationship with them. Love grows slowly. It grows on you. Before you know it, you feel like you can't do without this person. You feel like even the thought of them, when their names pop up, you feel like, oh my goodness, I feel good when you mention this person or when they are around. So love grows on you. Without you knowing, you become vulnerable. Because with this person, you want to be real. Yeah, if you like to eat, you eat as though you're moving house. If you're laughing, you laugh out loud, as opposed to where you have to pretend to be someone to impress that person. So with love, you have to let down your guard and be vulnerable. And love thrives on trust. So without trust, definitely, there is no, that's not love. Love has got to thrive on trust. When it comes, when you care about someone's dreams, their pain, their family, their weirdness. I mean, this person likes to eat their food cold and just love the way they just take down cold food. Or this person likes, the way they rub their noses or their eyes for no reason. And it just grows on you. And you feel like that is normal. That is growing uh, to their weird little quirks. Yeah. And you feel safe around them. That is the definition so far I can give about love. But then when it comes to lust, it's a different story. On the other hand, lust is physical, it is very fast, it's urgent, it's like it's got to happen, otherwise, it's not going to happen at all. And, uh, and it's surface leveled. It's not deep, it doesn't have roots. Anytime it can be plucked, that person can move on. It's like it's the urgency about lust is amazing. It is, first of all, I said about lust, it's physical. I mean, you feel like you want to touch this person. That is not love. Yeah, when you see them, you feel like choking them because their neck is drawing you so far or so deep. Well, that is all just lust. Yeah. And it's lust is all on the surface level. It's not deep. It's not deeply rooted. TJ99, hi my dear. Thank you so much for tuning in. Guys, it's a live podcast. Go ahead and drop your comments and let me know how your day has been and your topic about love or lust. Hi Dina, thank you so much for tuning in. Oh my goodness, I'm so glad I've seen you after some time. And Shaboya, but people show their love through physical touch. That is not love, my dear. That is pure lust. Yeah, that is lust. You can show love, but it's not the first thing. Like I said about lust, that lust is urgent. It is surface level. It's not deep. It is on the surface. It doesn't go deep. And what else I can say about lust? It the dopamine hits when you see someone and want them without knowing anything about them. Can you imagine? That is pure lust. You don't know anything about them, but the moment you see them, the dopamine kicks in and you want them, without knowing a thing about them. That is lust. You just want to be with them. You don't know them. You just want to be. And when I say want to be with them, you want to be intimate with them when you don't know a clue about them. They can look good. I mean, they are ticking all the boxes, but when they are not the ones. Now, I want to read a comment that has just come in from Shaboya. I'm hoping Metisa and Melissa are tuned in, and um, Maxwell, you're tuning in as well. Shaboya says no, in a way where you just want to be close to them, holding their hands and hugging them. I wish that would work. Yeah. And Dina says, me, I want someone to show me love by giving me presents. Yeah, but that's not love. Just because I gave you a present doesn't mean I love you. I could be lusting after you, and all I want is after I get it, I'm out and you'll not ever see me again. Those of you guys who are dropping by for the very first time, we are talking about love or lust. Yeah, can you tell the difference? Is the topic of discussion today. Yeah. Welcome to our channel, those of you who are dropping by for the very first time. And today we are talking about a topic that almost everyone has wondered about at some point in time. Love or lust. Is it something that you have wondered about? Well, today we are going to break it down and unpack love or lust. By the end of this podcast, if you're not able to tell the difference between love or lust, then you need some extra lessons. Otherwise, today we'll be able to unveil love or lust. And I'll read some topics that have just come in. TJ says, but physical touch, the holding, like holding your doll, you don't necessarily mean that there is lust in the relationship. And Dina says people will just stingy. Eh? Oh my goodness. Guys, we are talking about love or lust. You can give your opinion. It's a live podcast. Go ahead and drop your comments. We will be able to read them. Otherwise, welcome to this channel where we talk about life happenings. And today being a Friday, if you have nowhere to go, grab your cup of tea and let us unpack the truth about love or lust. Like I said earlier, we're going to talk about the science behind love and lust. Real life relationship stories will be coming in, red flags and green flags about relationships, and how modern dating blurs the lines. By when I say modern dating blurs the lines, these days you can date a person without even knowing their names, their true names, because we meet online. We've never talked physically, but we count ourselves dating for years. We've never seen each other, but we are dating. That is when I use the word modern day relationships, blur lines. And most importantly, how can you tell the difference between love and lust? I like to read comments just so you know that this is a live podcast and you feel free to drop your comment as well. Some people are just naturally touchy, like holding your hand. It doesn't mean there is lust. Well, like I said, by the time we finish this topic, you will be able to tell the difference whether actually you're having an experience of love or lust. Because uh, it becomes obvious if you have been one who was wondering what was going on with you. For starters, we started off by defining love. That love is emotional, it's a connection, it grows on you, and it demands vulnerability. And there is the issue of trust. It thrives on trust. When I say love is emotional, you have to be, you know, emotional with this person. When you get around them, you feel like you can tell them anything. You are vulnerable with them. There's that instant connection. You feel like you've known this person from way back, yet actually you're meeting them for the very first time. So, and before you know it, you feel like you can't do without them. You need to be around them all the time. That is my definition of love. And love thrives on trust. When you cannot trust this person, I mean, it tells you all these nice things, but you feel like you can't trust them, then it's not love. It is probably lust, because if you can't trust them, you just feel drawn to them, but you can't trust them. That is not love. Love is trusting. It's vulnerability. It's being emotional. It is growing on you. Yeah. When you care about someone's dreams, their plans, their families, their weird little quirks, like someone has this habit that you've always observed they do, but you really don't care about it. Actually, it becomes enjoyable. You start missing that habit because you love them. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is long suffering. It's so many things. So when you start feeling those things about a person, you know that truly you are in love, and you feel safe around these people. So that is the definition of love. But when it comes to lust, on the other hand, it's physical. Lust is really physical. I know that there are messages that have come in, but I'll address them later. Lust is physical, it's fast, it's urgent. It's like you've got to have everything here, and now I've got to have her. Like if you know the story in the Bible of David's, one of David's sons who wanted his sister to feed him, make food for him. That was purely lust. He just wanted, like I said, lust is urgent. It's physical. It's fast. It's surface level. It's not deep. Yeah. When this person tells you, "I'm sick," I come from this kind of background, you're quickly to brush them off when you get to know the truth about them. So that is the definition of lust, because lust is not patient. It doesn't hang around. It doesn't grow with you. It just wants the good that has been presented at that point in time. And when the dopamine hits, you see someone and want them without even knowing a thing about them. That is lust. Now, here is what Dr. Helen Fisher says. Lust is the craving for sexual gratification. Yeah, you want to be with this person intimately without you even knowing them. So, like you saw them and you saw they had nice eyes, and you just want to be with them because you saw they have nice eyes. That is not love. Because what happens if you wake up and she's got red eyes or he's got red eyes? Do you pack and leave? That is lust. Lust is not something that would hang around and wait for you. Now, Dr. Helen again still says that romantic love is the elevation of and obsession of early attachments. Attachment is the calm, comfort, and stability. Yeah? Attachment is the calm, comfort, and stability. Now, sometimes the two are so intertwined that it's confusing. We mistake one for the other, especially early on in a relationship. It is so easy to mistake lust for love. And you actually think you're in love when you're actually just lusting after a person. Probably in Uganda, we have so many kinds of phrases that the girl has got work, the man has got a six pack, you know. What we call work or what a six pack or the man is giving. In other words, he looks striking, he's catchy, he's got the glow up, like they say. Well, that he may have, and you fall for that, but really that's not love. That is what you have seen and your eyes have been drawn to. Let's try a thought exercise. For example, think of the last person you are obsessed with. Yeah? Now ask yourself, were you in love with this person or just obsessed with the feeling they gave you? Because when we meet people, they give us different feelings. I mean, they give off different vibes. Someone can be really talkative and they seem fun. And you're like, goodness, I want to be around this person. Every time I'm around them, I'm laughing. Now you're starting to also mistake certain things for others. But before we go further, let me read some comments. Guys, it's a live chat. Go on and drop your comment, and we'll be able to read it. Otherwise, you're welcome. And TJ99 says, but physical touch, like holding your hand, doesn't necessarily mean that there is lust in the relationship. It is true. Physical touch is okay. You know why? Because as love grows, you feel like you want to be with this person, around this person, but it's in a pure sense way. Whether you're intimate with this person or not, it still feels right. But there is this person who doesn't just want to stop at, just holding hands. They want to go an extra mile the very first time they meet you. That is purely lust because love grows on you. And Dina says with just people like that are just stingy. Okay. Dina says modern day relationships without money, then that's lust and vice versa. I wonder why you would say when a relationship there is no money, that is lust. Because money doesn't necessarily make a relationship last. It doesn't. You can have the money because I've known of ladies who have gone out with men who had money, but then at some point they felt lonely, they felt alone, and guess what happened? They walked off out of those relationships. Why? Can we say because the money was there, the love wasn't? The money was there, but there was no love. Sometimes we mistake the comforts that money provides for love. I can buy you presents, give you your all the money that you need, and all meet all these other things that you want met. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I love you. I just actually want to get to know you, and once I do, I run off. There is that as well. So let us not be naive as to who we think loves us. But let us be wide awake on such things, guys. I can give you, there is this gentleman who would give this girl presents every single time without even ever saying a word that I love you. I mean, he paid for her trip to Spain, paid her for her trip to the UK, paid for her trip to Germany and South Africa, but he had never said I love you. Now, the last trip she took to South Africa, she just came back and got married to this, moved into this guy's house. But remember, that guy had never said, I love you. Yeah. So when things became sour, he was quick to say, but have I ever told you I loved you? And she was like, but all the things you did were showing me you did love me. Well, I did those things, but I never told you. And I've met quite a number of guys who say, me, I've never, most of the people who have had children for me, I've never told I loved. And they brag about it. Why? Because they've learned that you can use money to get to a girl's heart. And for us girls, we are emotional creatures. You buy for me that car, you buy for me that latest iPhone Pro 16, whatever that their names are. The next thing, I'm telling you I love you, but really I'm loving the money that you're giving me. That is why I can't. There's this lady who said that she spent the night with a man that was so disgusting she wanted to throw up. Yeah. And friends were asking her, so why were you with him? She said, well, he had the money. So there is that mistaking because I hung around you, I loved you. That doesn't necessarily mean I love you. I could say all the right words, but I don't love you. I love what you can do for me or give me. Now, same applies to the men. The men can give you the comforts of life, but when actually they don't love you, they just want to get in your pants, and once that is done, that's it. So we need to be cautious while choosing and making decisions of whether to settle with a person or not. Now, TJ99 says some people are just naturally okay. You finished that one. And Dina says real love ended in 1930s. Remember that the same people that existed then, guys, are here today. Those ones who hurt you at some point are those that hurt, or those who doing it now. I know right now because we are on a fast pace. Our generation is moving really fast. We tend to think love is not there because now people are dating online. Can you imagine you date someone for 6 years, but you have never seen each other under the guise of the phone broke, I don't have another phone, or I have no Wi-Fi, I cannot, uh, excuse after excuse about love, while you're not showing yourself. Well, that is common, guys, because we have chosen as a generation, this generation that we have, because of the technologies that have made our lives comfortable. You sit behind that computer or behind that phone and become literally anyone, and that person that you're relating with can never know the true you or the real you. So, like I said, Dina said that true love ended in the 1930s. It's still there. It's still there. There's still some nice guys and nice girls out there. We just have to dig deep and find them. And Cedric says, how do you, in your opinion, define lust? In my opinion, like I said before, I said that lust is physical. It is physical, whereby you see this person, the very first thing you think of is getting in bed with them because it is physical. There's this bit about them that excites you. Maybe say they have a big bust, or they have big hips or big bums, or things that are trending right now. In Uganda, we call it work. Yeah. So the moment you see this person, the very first thing you feel is to get physical with them. Lust is fast, it's urgent, and it's surface level. It's not deep. The moment I see you've got some imperfection, I'm ready to run. That is what I mean by surface level. It's that dopamine hit when you see someone and want them without even knowing even a single thing about them. For me, that is lust. It is quick, it is very fast, it's physical. That is how I'll define lust. Otherwise, guys, it's a live podcast, and welcome to this channel. You go ahead and drop your comments, we'll read them, and let us discuss together. Love or lust? Can we tell the difference? And Rogers, good to see you. Thank you for letting them know that they need to like and subscribe. Thank you so much, Rogers. I hope you've had a good day. And I know you're busy, but for you to make time, I'm really, really honored. Thank you so much. And is it Morris? Navawanuka. Thank you so much. Teacher Webarenyo. Thank you so much. Navawanuka. And Rogers. Nowadays, love is not there. Kalas. Nowadays, love is not there, class. Oh, okay. You're now siding with Dina, who said love ended in the 1930s. Is that what you're saying, Rogers? Because I know you have someone. We all get to that place where we meet this particular person that we want to spend time with. Now, the reason why love can be easily differentiated from lust, when you are around a person that you love, even their imperfections seem perfect. It borders loving them, their loved ones, their everything about them. While lust, it is just you. I mean, all your parents and family members can go to hell, all I care, as long as I have you. It is selfish. Lust is very fast, but love, this person grows on you. I mean, if you are with them and they snore, oh my goodness, even that snore, you can miss it when they are not around. If they eat or drink or eat a certain way, you can get used to that. Like I said, their quirks start growing, their weird quirks start growing on you, and they seem okay. And when they are not, you don't see them, you feel like you miss them. There's someone that I love that is always a certain way. She comes in sneaky, but when she doesn't do it after something, you feel like, is she okay? Where is she? What has happened to her? Because there is a way she is that just grows on you. So love allows you to grow with people's weird quirk behaviors. So, Rogers, I still believe love exists. As long as we are here, you will find that person. It's just that you've not met one. But the moment you find the right person, my goodness, everything changes. There's a gentleman in politics. He's always on TV. I saw he got engaged, I think, and I'm like, oh, if he could also get to that, then there's still hope. There's someone for everyone out there. And Rogers says, Mommy, I'm okay. Thank you so much, Rogers, for keeping well. Kalasi is Arabic word, means like that. Oh, okay. I didn't know, and thank you for the lesson. Now, guys, we go back to our exercise. I gave you try a thought exercise. Yeah, think of that last person that you are obsessed with. Now ask yourself, were you in love with them or just obsessed with them? You know, that person who you thought at some point you wanted to be around, you were even stalking them at some point, you know, was it love? Do you still, can you judge that feeling and be like, well, I think it was love, or I think it was just lust? And Roger says, no, no, mommy, for me, I don't need love. I need only money. Now, Rogers, these are roles that are being reversed. Those words I'm expecting from people like Dina, who have, you know, who have made it clear money comes first. Because you men are supposed to give us. I mean, it has been known. You take care of us. For you, if you don't want love and all you need is money, then that means you're looking for a girl who has already got the money. Isn't that what you're trying to say, Rogers? And if it's what you're trying to say, well, she will come. She will come, and one who has already got money, trust me. And together you make a beautiful thing because you'll be taking your head and she'll be coming in with the money, and then you will weigh on the scale who is heavier. Now, we'll talk about the chemistry of lust and love. Yeah. Let's talk science. Lust and love affect our bodies differently. Yeah. Navakoza, Navawanuka asks, what is love? Well, I will go back and just for you on love. Like I said, love is emotional. It is emotional, whereby if this person did something, you really feel like it hurt you so deep. Say, like he came by and never said hello, or he forgot to call. Love is emotional. Small, small things really dig deep with love. And love is a connection. You feel like you have known this person forever when actually you've just met them for a week. And you feel like, how was I doing life without them? It's a connection. You connect with this person, and love grows on you slowly. You don't know how it starts, but before you know it, you feel like, oh my goodness, this person is one person I can't do without. I feel like I need to be around them all the time. When their names pop up, you feel like, oh my goodness, that your heart is racing. Love also demands vulnerability. It actually demands vulnerability where you feel you let down your guard and allow this person to know you and you get to know them as well. But if you cannot let down your guard, you're still insecure, it's not love yet, because this person should be able to love you with all your flaws. No one is perfect. And we tend to make that mistake where we chase after, the 15% and leave the 85% that the person has got. Say, like, I have everything else that you want, but I lack that 15%, and then you leave me and run off with this person that has got the 15. It's actually foolishness. Love should be uh, accommodative of every imperfection. I mean, you are weak, you are sickly, you don't know certain things, but then love will be able to cover that up for you. Have you seen parents with their children? Even when their child or children are a bunch of thieves, the mother offered away. But they are not bad kids. There is this person that I know who doesn't live in Uganda. So those of you who are in Uganda, don't think I'm giving examples of you. Her children are all uh, uh, what can I use not to insult? They are they are thieves. They steal anything, and they are always in jail. Always in jail. But when you find the mother and ask her, "How is your son doing?" "Oh, he went off to Spain. He'll be there for some years." Well, actually, he's in jail. And when he comes back and out of jail, he says, "Oh, he's returned." When actually he was not in Spain, but in jail and for an unknown period. So she's like, I don't know when they would return. So that's love. It covers. Now again about love. Love thrives on trust. If you can trust this person with everything, you find like there's nothing. I mean, have you met these rich people and they're like, it's okay, you can give them my bank account. That person is in love. It's not like Rogers who says he just wants money. He just wants money, no love. When you're in love, even the little that you have, you can just hand it over and be like, you plan with this, or you use it, or use this. This is all I have. You're allowing yourself to be vulnerable. You're allowing yourself to trust this person and to share yourself with them. I hope I've tried and explained love for you, my dear. Never one. And Roger says, Mommy, leave me alone. Sagala sugar mommy. Oyagala bad dog. Now, Roger said he doesn't want a sugar mom. So if you're a sugar mom out there, he's not interested. But guess what, Rogers? Sugar mummies are the only ones who have the money that young people want. So if you want money, young people have not yet got it. I mean, it can't be the reverse that you want money from a lady. Unless you're talking about these ones who are born in wealth. But the trick about those ones who are born in wealth that come with money, my dear, you won't get them to do most of the things because they are not used to doing it. And you would find that roles are reversed because you came with nothing and they brought everything to the table. So you have to be prepared for that twist as well. And Dina says urgency is karma for both. True, true. But for lust, it is extra urgent. You've got to sleep with them. It's all about, intimacy with this person immediately. And yet the other one, you can be seeing this person and there's nothing really sexual about what you're looking at. Well, they are good to look at, but that's not the first thing that jumps to your mind. Yeah, but once it is the first thing, then it is last. But if it is not the first, but it's something, you meet this person and I would like to take time and know this person, then that is love. Because you're trying to understand them, to receive them and get to know them better so you can relate. You said urgencies come up for both. It is true, but with love, there is the urgency to secure this person, make them feel home and be with you and choose you. While for lust, it is the urgency to be intimate with this person and not necessarily to know them for not to know them. So you want to be with these people, but you don't know a thing about them. That is lust. And Dina says there is a song, No Money, No Love. I think you can sing that one with Rogers because also Rogers said no money. He doesn't want love. He just wants money. I think that song can ring. But if you're talking about love, that is not one of the love songs. It could be one of the last songs because you're lusting after their money. So if you're defining lust, that song can also fit very well of no money, no love. Now, Naro Anuka says, okay, thank you so much, Mukwano. You're welcome, my dear. And thank you so much for the comments. And Dina says, love gives, but lust takes. Oh, that is very true. Love is always giving. I mean, you give until there's nothing to give anymore. But if that person loves you in return, it's an exchange of giving and receiving and giving back and receiving. And it's a beautiful thing. That is love. Now, if we can continue about the chemistry of love and lust, we talk about the science of lust, of love, and how they affect our bodies in different ways. Yeah, lust is driven by testosterone and estrogen. Lust, when you meet this person and you feel like, oh, I've got to do these things with them, I've got to be here with them, I've got to touch them, I've got to do. That is lust. It is driven by testosterone. Someone asked, Cedric asked, how can you define lust? Lust is driven by testosterone and estrogen. Yeah, it's biological nature. It's biological. Nature's way of pushing us to reproduce. It's sorry. It's powerful, but it's often short-lived. Lust is short-lived. You feel it's one of those biological ways that push you to reproduction or to reproduce, and it's very powerful. There's that urge, that surge that pushes you, you know, and you want to have this person so bad. That is lust, and it, like I said, it's temporal. It doesn't really last. It's very, very temporal, and once it passes, well, you are in the clear, and you can love. And love, on the other hand, is rooted in oxytocin and vasopressin. Those are two hormones, the things that work in that drive love. The bonding hormones. Those are bonding hormones, and these come with time through shared experiences and emotional closeness. So the moment you get close to this person, you just feel like you know them better. Before, you had not probably been stricken by them first glance, but then as you spend time with them, you started realizing that I really care about this person more than meets the eye. Now, like I said, love, on the other hand, is rooted in oxytocin and vasopressin. Those are bonding hormones, and these come with time. They can't just happen just like that. I mean, I see you today and they are there. They grow on you slowly by slowly through shared experiences. So, like there's this couple that I was watching on TV. They both had parents who had the boyfriend had a mother who had a cancer of the breast, and the mother of the girl had just experienced cervical cancer. So when they met on this speed dating that we have right now, when they met and they shared, one of those experiences that they would never forget, the girl shared and the boy shared, and the man was like, that is when I knew she's the one, because then she understood exactly what I was feeling for my mother, and I could understand what she feels for her mother, and so they connected on that. That is why I said that love um, comes with time through shared experiences. Experiences like that can really bring you together, and emotional closeness. Yeah, there are people who have been trapped in places, and this person is there for you, offers their jacket, and is caring, spares his small food and gives you, and that for you becomes love. So really, there are so many things that we can consider as love, but it grows. Love grows. Yeah, that is why you can have explosive chemistry with a person and still not feel emotionally safe around them, because there is that difference between lust and love. You can have explosive chemistry where you feel like, oh my goodness, when I'm around them, my heart is racing. Oh my goodness, like I feel the chills. Yeah, that is explosive chemistry with someone, and still not feel safe emotionally around them because it's lust. Yeah, when you don't feel safe, then it is purely defined as lust. It is yet to grow probably into love. And Dina says if someone lusts for you, they want you to become what they want you to be, and not what God wants you to be. Oh my goodness. I think I should host you dinner one of these days. And you come and be with me on this podcast. You've got some serious points here. That is so true. Uh, that is the truth about lust. This person would want also to mold you into what they want. Have you ever met people who are obsessed with big busts? They will make you go and do your busts until people see you and they are going all the way up to North Pole simply because you want to make this person happy. He says you would be a 9, you would be a 10 had it not been for the small bust. So you go and change your bust just so you can be a 10 for this person. Purely, those are lustful people and they just want to have you for a ride. Love would take you the way you are and not cut you up into pieces. And Dina says, again, in lust, there is a lot of sex to compensate for love. That is very, very, very true. Yeah, Dina, you should actually join me here. It is very true. For lust, that is purely it. There is no simpler way or other way I can put it, but lust is like that. It's purely sex, and there is no love or companionship that is sought after. Now, there's someone who wrote a message here and said, you might feel the high of lust, but love is what stays when the high fades. Now, when Dina says that lust, there is lots of sex to compensate for love, you may feel the high of lust, yeah? You might feel the high of lust, but love is what stays when the high fades. In other words, you've finished having your thrill, and then that feel that you get after, where you feel like you still want this person. If it is not there, then you know, my dear, that was purely lust. You didn't love this person. You just wanted to know them, and after you knew them, you're done with them and you want them to go away and you don't want to look at them anymore. That happened to David. One of David's sons, as he slept with his sister. It was purely what? Lust. I thought you. Anyway, there is a quote of time. Lust is the desire. Love is the connection. If you can put it in a simple term, that lust is the desire and love is the connection. When you find yourself connected to this person, you feel you are in every way connected to them. That is love. But if it is just to be with them, that is desire and purely lust. Yeah. Now let's break it down. Here are some red flags that what you are feeling might be lust and not love. Can we break it down? You only think about them sexually. For lust, you only think about this person sexually, only. Yeah, that is a clear sign that it's lust. You don't think about them, you and them being there, just getting to know each other or building a future together. Anytime there are thoughts of them come in the picture, it's to have sex with them. So that's how you know that I'm actually just lusting and I'm not in love with this person. You haven't had deep conversations, that is lust. Anytime you're with them, you're just going to bed. Where can we go off to? Where can we meet? Which lodge are we going to go to this time round? Where are we going to explore this time around? If it is that, then that is purely lust. If every thought that crosses you about that person is sexual, it is lust. It is not love. Because love goes beyond that. You worry about them. You think, how are they doing today? How has their day gone? Are they well? That is beyond the sex and it becomes love and it's love. You avoid discussing future plans with this person. There is this gentleman, one time the lady asked her, oh, how is the man had a construction project going on. And the lady asked the gentleman, she was going out with So how is your project going? She was trying to make conversation with this guy because every time they met, it was very serious. So this time round, she thought she could give an opinion to what is going on, or even have a discussion or get to know more about his world. And then when she asked the gentleman, how is the project for building going? The man said, your business and your place is in the kitchen, and keep it right there. Don't ever think of crossing it and getting into my business. The woman was shocked, and that's how word went round that the man had said such and such to her. Now, there are some people who purely just want to avoid, you know, discussing future plans. That person is not in love with you. They are lasting after you and using you for that period in time. Another one, you ignore incompatibilities because the chemistry is so good. I mean, you realize she has no brains. There's another one as well that got involved with this one of the rich men in town, and this man was a racer. But these guys who race with cars, and she got this pretty girl, and but the girl was all looks but no brains. That's how the man put it, and the man knew it. So guess what the man did? He told her, when I'm with people, when I'm in public, just sit there and look pretty. Do not say a word because your opinion is not called for and no one wants to hear your voice. The girl was really hurt. Now, I would ask you, do you think that man loved her? Because if she had an irritating voice, that man would have stomached it because he loved her. But because he didn't and just lusted after her, that is why he would get irritated easily about anything she does, any move she makes, it would just irritate him and he would keep her on the quiet until, she got fed up and they split. So that those things happen, guys. If you cannot tell the difference, this person has got to love you and every bit of imperfection that you've got. For you to know that that is love, you bring out one of those things that you know are irritating. If that person can stomach them, then probably he is the one. And now another one. People are addicted to the chase, the thrill. Yeah. Oh no. I wanted to talk about now there are some green flags that suggest love might be present because we talked about the red flags that it's lust. Now we are going to talk about the green flags that suggest love might be present. Yeah. You feel emotionally safe with this person. Anytime you feel like you can be anything, you can say anything, you feel like you can cry, and this person won't be like you're always crying, you cry baby, judgmental. You can feel emotionally safe around this person. That is one green flag that love can be present, is present actually in a relationship. You want to meet their family, know their past. Oh my goodness, that means it's beyond. It's now starting to dig deep and it's getting roots, as opposed to lust, which is surface leveled. With love, you want to dig deep and get to know these people, this person, their family, know their past. Yeah. You see a future with them beyond the bedroom. You start you start envisioning how your kids would look like, you start wondering how it would be like if we are living together and we have our little house and we have our children, which schools our kids would go to, how our kids would look. That is love because now it is digging deep and it's getting roots. It's not beyond, it's not only stopping at sleeping with you in the bedroom. It is getting out of the bedroom and it's exploring the whole you. So that is love. And it's a green flag that love could be present. You see a future beyond the bedroom with them. You care about their well-being, not just their body, their well-being. You don't only care about parts of their body, but their well-being. Are they okay? Have they had lunch? You know, it goes beyond. You care about the well-being, not only parts of the body where you're like, I don't want anyone looking at that person's muscles. I don't want anyone looking at that person's, you know what. So you're starting to dig roots that are deep, and that is a green flag that love could be present. You can disagree and still feel connected. That is love, guys. Because when it is lust, once you disagree, this person is ready to pack and leave. But if it is love, you will disagree and still feel connected. Lust doesn't handle conflict well. Love does. It is lust that the moment you piss me off, the moment you say something I don't want, the moment you do something I don't understand, I'm out of the door. But love, it sticks around. So those are green flags that love could be present in a relationship. So if you see them, don't be quick to run. It could be love is there, and you need to investigate more and actually get to the root of it. Just a quick reminder, guys, it's a live podcast. Whoever is watching, go on and drop in the comments. Let me know who is watching, where you're watching from, and what your opinion is about love or lust. If you can tell the difference, let me know what your take is. Otherwise, let's talk about dating today. Our dating is on Tinder, it's on Instagram, it's on uh, DMs, the swipe culture. Everything is, swiping. I don't like that one. I swipe. I like that one. I swipe. I swipe further I investigate to see. The culture today, it moves fast. Yeah, dating today is moving very fast. It's image driven. It's surface leveled. That dating culture today, and that is what is causing and promoting more of lust than love, because of those, Tinder, um, Instagram, the DMs, the swipe culture. Things are moving very fast, and most of the things that we are doing are image driven. If I look at the picture and it appeals to my eyes, then I investigate deeper, or I give it time. If it doesn't, I swipe it off and get to another one. All the relationships that we are doing and building right now are surface level. They are not deep. They are not digging deep, which is dangerous to the generation that is yet to come, or the future. In this culture, it is easy to mistake a few flirty messages. It is very easy, because I can really sit down and get my message right and send it out there. And guess what? You will think I love you, when actually I'm just flattering you and lusting after you. I want to read Dina's message. Lust is loud and instant, and it craves obsession, but fades when reality kicks in. And that is very true, my dear. That is very true. Lust just fades. The moment you get to hear, like there's this man that I know who was looking for a girl to marry in church. And while he was doing his search, he uh, investigated and found out that the girl planned it. And once the girl had pursued her, the girl kept on saying, no, 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 I'm not going to date. I'm not dating anyone. I'm not good to date. And the man persisted. He said, God showed me, you must be the one. You are definitely the one. Everything shows you're the one. And then the girl said, well, I'm HIV positive. But if God has said yes, who am I to say no? The man blocked her and just disappeared. It goes to show you that really God had not showed him. He was just looking out for himself. And once he got to know that she was HIV positive, he flew. Now, that is why I'm saying, was it love? I think it wasn't. And he just wanted to get a free ride. Is it right? Coming off saying God is telling him and showing him that she's the one. Yeah. So love, like Dina has said, fades. Yeah. When reality kicks in. It is very true. And thank you, Dina, for that comment. Now, in this culture, it is easy. The culture of Tinder, Instagram, the swiping culture, DMs. It is so easy to mistake a few flirty messages and good pictures for emotional connection. It is very easy. I can edit my picture, with Instagram, with Snapchat, like the pictures out there today. And whoever sees it, it's so easy to mistake you're in love. I've seen people who have been catfished when they've actually never met, but they've seen pictures and we started relating with pictures and connecting with pictures. And when they get to meet the actual person, it's disappointment on disappointment. Why? Because of the culture today of dating. But that is not love. That's attention. People are putting out pictures of themselves, looking the best they've ever been, or even not looking themselves, but looking like other people, you know, and you start relating on there. But is that love? It's just really lust because people are interested in a certain look. And so you go looking like that way, or you go getting pictures that suit what is out there, what is prominent out there, what is catchy out there. And when you get into a relationship, only to find out when you get deeper that the person wasn't like that. So relationships built now are one sided. And Dina says love is quiet and deeper. Oh my goodness, hear those words that it's quiet and deeper. And it craves our thoughts, something that scares most of us. And that is so true. Because it is quiet, it grows on you. Before you know it, this person you didn't know was really good or nice has taken their special place in your life. And you feel like you can't do without them. You want to spend more time with them. You want to take time to know them. You when you're around them, you like the way you feel. You feel like I'm safe. I can trust this person. That is love. Dina, thank you for finding out about love. People are addicted to the chase and the thrill, the idea of someone, not the reality of who they are. People are really addicted to the chase and the thrill of, getting someone. Like when a guy is trying to get a girl, oh my goodness, it's this, it's the other, it's surprise money, fuel in your car if you have one, rent, bills paid. But the moment you say yes, then those things stop happening and it leaves you in a loop where you don't know where you belong. Yeah. So that is something also to note because someone wrote it in a message here and said people are addicted to the chase, the thrill, the idea of someone, not the reality of who they are. That is James who sent this. James, thank you for the message. And apps don't teach us patience. That is one thing we need to remember, that apps do not teach us patience, but love takes patience. It takes time. If you want to get to know love, it takes time, it takes patience. Like Dina says, it grows. Yeah, quietly and yet deeper. I like the words she used, selectively. Yeah. Now, in a world of instant gratification where we are living right now, love requires patience where we are not taught to have. In today's day, we are not taught patience. We are taught everything has got to happen right away. I mean, if you look at the picture, you swipe and you don't like what you're looking at, you swipe away and you get to another one that appeals to your eye. We don't have take the time anymore to get to know the person because they may not be perfectly packaged, but yet in there they are the greatest thing that you could ever know. But because we are in this generation of swiping, the DMs, the Instagrams, the Tinder, you know, we are so fast. We are running very fast in everything that we are doing. And that is limiting us from getting to know real good people because of the world's instant gratification. And yet, love requires patience. We are not taught how to be patient in this day. Now, I would like to read the comment from here that just came in from Dina. And Dina says, my husband once said that he loved me, but used to beat me up. And they say that if someone loves does not beat you, then that means that there is no love. That is a real lie. It's a real lie. If you love someone, why beat them? Think about it. You love your children. Do you beat them to show them you love them? You don't beat them. They can know that you love them by the way you treat them. They can just know that my mother, my father loves me, even without beating. Instead, if you went to a home where the father is the only, the iron rod in the house, he comes in, the kids see him at the door, at the entrance, they run to the bedroom and hide. They can't come out unless spoken to. I don't think that is love. That is fear. Now, if your husband did that to you, Dina, and he beat you, saying he loved you, and so you believed the lie that this day generation. I don't even think it's in this day that you believe when a person beats you. I know it's something that is going on out there. That if a person beats you, they love you. That is their way of showing love. But try beating them and you see if they will take that for love. There's a lady that I know that her husband used to beat her a lot. And every time, over small, small things, he would beat her. And then one time he went and borrowed money and failed to pay, and they put him away in jail. And there they beat him, and they really beat him hard. But he was tired of being beaten. So they gave him a phone call to make. When you commit crime, they put you away for about 3 days before you appear in court, if especially it happens over the weekend. Now, this is what happened to this gentleman. And they gave him a phone call to make, and he called the wife and said, my dear, you've got to come with bail money of 800,000 because I'm in jail and I'm tired of being beaten being beaten over nothing. So get that money. When I have a court date, you get ready to pay that money. And the woman was telling her friends, he's joking. I'll not give him the money. I'll let the days pass by so that they give him some more beating and he learns how painful it is to be beaten when you're grown up. And the man stayed there a whole week. By the time he came back, his eyes were swollen, some lips were busted, and the woman was smiling behind. She kept on saying, it was hard for me to get the money, when actually she had the money. But she said, let him get to test the feel of being beaten while a grown up or an adult. So it is not right, it's not love when someone beats you, because beating does not promote joy, but it promotes pain and sadness. So really, a person who does that was another one with his own issues. And then I hope you left that man, or if you're not married, I hope you left, because that is not way to live. And that person can end up beating you and killing you while you think he's loving you to death. That is not love. hmm The emotional fallout. What happens when you chase lust and mistake it for love, is something we are going to talk about as well. What happens when you mistake love for, l- when you chase lust and mistake it for love, you know, you get hurt. That is one thing. You get hurt because this person will leave you either way, because lust doesn't settle. It's in to get its thrill, and it's out of the door. So once a person who is lusting after you gets what they want with you, they will disappear. So when you chase after lust and mistake it for love, you're likely to get hurt, and you're likely to feel used, because this person will use you truthfully and then leave you. And guess what that will feel like? It will feel like you are alone. You feel like you are not good enough. You don't measure up. You start having second guessing yourself and having all these kinds of questions that you didn't have before, because this person tricked you and you mistook, you chased after lust, mistaking it for love. You lose yourself. How you lose yourself, you start thinking, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe no one can love me. Maybe I don't deserve to be loved. Because this person can really put you on the very high where you feel like you're on top of the world, and then he drops you. Like just try getting something, a tomato, and drop it down. It will crush and get all damaged. Not that a tomato was bad, but because of how it was handled and who handled it, that the tomato is reduced to that. So same applies to us. When we go chasing after lust, we start feeling used, and we lose ourselves, where you don't know the truth about yourself anymore. You don't know whether you are good enough, whether someone can really love you. When people can truly love you, you can meet that person that truly loves you. And Dina says, I'm single and searching. Hey, Rogers, did you hear that? Dina says she's single and she is searching. Hmm. And I don't know whether she's got money. Dina, do you have money? Because Roger said he wants money. You have to have money, not love. He just wants money. So if you have money, let me know and I hook you up with Rogers, because all he wants is money. Because lust fades, and when it fades, there is no real connection. You are left wondering, what were we really? You know, that is a feel that you get when you mistake lust for love. You're left wondering, what were we really? Were we meant to be? Were we supposed to be together? Was I the one? Was he the one? It leaves you wondering about life, about the choices that you have made, about the people that you have met. Lust, when mistaken for love, is really deadly, guys. And we should check ourselves twice, double, before we actually say this is the one and we commit and open ourselves out completely. It's a live chat, guys. Go ahead and drop in the comments. Let me know who is watching and where you're watching in from. And let me know your take on love and lust, whether you know the difference. Can you tell the difference between love and lust? If you can, let us know how you can tell the difference. Dina says, lust brings up your past. Love covers a multitude of sins. That is true, my dear. It does. Like I said, you can find out that this person, I've seen strange couples where a person gets married to this person without knowing the truth about them. Probably they started off with lust, and then the lust grew, or for some reason they mistook it for love. I don't know. And then this girl finds out that the boyfriend or the current partner is a thief, and the police comes investigating, wanting to know whether the husband is a thief or he was out, what he was doing at a certain time. And the girl is covering up and saying he was right here with me. We were together, we were having dinner. After that, we went, and actually, it's not what happened. And the lot that he had stolen is in the house. So, love covers a multitude of sins, and lust is out to really just shame. It brings your past in your face. Have you met these people who always remind you of where they got you from? And they keep on saying, I got you from the gutters. Or they keep on saying, you are a nobody. I made you who you are today. They are always trying to remind you and pull you down. Such people are insecure and they thrill on putting others down. When you have such people in your life, guys, run. And that is not love. It starts off okay, where it seems, you want this presents and he's giving you want money, he's giving you or she's giving you. And before you know it, once they really get to know you, once they get intimate with you, they disappear. They block your number. You go looking for them. They don't even want to know anymore. It was lust. And sorry if you fell for it. Now, I'll tell you of a story of Jess. Yeah. Um, she met a guy on an app. You tell me what you think. He was charming, hot, exciting. Yeah. For 3 months, it was fire. Then he ghosted her. Why? No one knows. Because it was lust, not real love. There was no foundation. I mean, they met online. The guy was hot, was exciting for 3 months. That is quite some time invested. But after that, the man started ghosting her. For those of you who don't know what ghosting is, started, they make plans. Let us meet here. He doesn't show. She calls. He doesn't pick. Sees the messages, blow ticks them, and just moves on. You know, until the girl, realized that I think I may have done something wrong. And yet it wasn't something she did. It is meeting online where we all appear our best. Because online, I could take your image and be you. Yeah. Online, you could take my image and be me. We could exchange and be, vice versa. There are people who have met online and you're actually relating with a man, but you think it's a woman and you're like, oh my goodness, this man is so good. When you are, this woman is so nice, and yet you are a man talking to a man. Or you can say this man is so nice when you're a woman talking to a woman, or a girl talking to a girl. And yet that wasn't your intention. You intended to relate. But because no one knows a woman like a woman, and no one knows a man like a man, it can pull off and seem really perfect. Why? Because if I'm a man, I know how a man thinks. Yeah. So I will tell this person exact things that I know a man would want to hear. And so the man would fall for me. And yet I'm a man. Or if I am a girl, I could tell a fellow girl pretending to be a man. I could tell a fellow girl things that I would want to hear as a girl because I have a mind of a girl. I know what girls think, what girls want, and that way I could lead you on. And then when it's time to meet, I ghost you. I don't show. That is what we call ghosting. Now I want to read some messages here. And Roger says, where is Lydian nowadays? Lydian, I don't know. Lydian, if you're listening, Rogers is wondering, and I was also wondering, where are you? And Dina says, me and Rogers, we all need money. So that will give bit to attention. Ah. So Dina is saying she needs money, Rogers needs money. Rogers, I was thinking I connect you with Dina because Dina was sounding more like what you were saying before, but then I realized you need money and she needs money. So I think it won't work out. Maybe someone else will come up who has already got the money and is not a sugar mummy, and maybe something will crop up from there. Let me know, Rogers, if you're still searching. Dina said he's searching and single. Now, about that, there's someone who wrote a message and said, and here is the worst part. Sometimes we want to believe it's love so badly, we ignore all the signs. That is a message I got on my phone, not on the on the comment section. She said sometimes the worst part is we want to believe it's love so badly we ignore all the signs. I know sometimes we really want to believe. Have you been single for so long and you're just on the lookout for any sign that someone could be nice or it could work out? And so you become tolerant. And then you meet this person who will take you on a ride, a roller coaster that will drop you just before you even know what is happening. Yes, actually, sometimes that happens because we want to believe so much about love. And then you ask yourself, this is something I want us to ask. Have you ever confused lust for love? Rogers, have you ever confused lust for love? Dina, have you ever confused lust for love? Ever? Shaboya, I don't know where she went off to. Have you ever mistaken lust for love? Cedric, have you ever mistaken lust for love? If you have, let me know in the comments. It's a live chat, guys, and let me know what you think. Have you ever mistaken lust for love? I need to hear. Dina says love is a feeling. Well, lust is a demon. Dina uses words that really gets me tickled. And I just want to laugh. Love, her definition is love is a feeling and lust is a demon. That is how she has put it, and that is how it goes. But I want to ask you, Dina, have you ever mistaken love for lust for love? Have you ever, Rogers, have you ever mistaken lust for love? Never. Yeah, I want also to read this lady, Nava Wanuka. Have you ever mistaken love for lust for love? Anyone who has ever experienced it, go on and drop in the comments. Yes, Dina says yes. Now take us through, how did it happen? What woke you up and you realized this is not love, this is lust? What woke you up? Rogers, have you ever mistaken lust for love? Nava cause Nava Wanuka, have you ever mistaken lust for love? And anyone else who is watching, it's a live podcast. Go ahead and share your experience. Let us know if you can tell the difference between lust and love. Let us know, and together let us learn, because that's how we, avoid them. What did you learn from your mistaken lust for love? Yeah. What do I really want? Is it a thrill or a connection? Also, you need to get to that place where you ask yourself, in a relationship, what is it that I want? Do I want a thrill or a connection? Because a connection is really very, very strong, and it takes time. The thing is, people don't know about love, that love involves a lot of work. You need to be forgiving. You need to be understanding. You need to be patient. You need to be kind. Now, once those are not in the picture, my goodness, love is not a thing that you should just think of, because it has to. Love thrives on trust, vulnerability. You know, I'll read some comments that have just come in. Nava Wanuka, thank you so much for that comment. And Dina says, for love, I felt the person, while for lust, I pictured a person. Hey, what a way of putting it. Uh-huh. And Nava Wanuka, nze love yatabula. But we shouldn't. And Nava Wanuka says that love already confused her. But we can't give up on love. We all need to meet that one person that really ticks off all our boxes and makes us feel special, feel loved, feel cared for. We all need it. I didn't say we want it. We need it. We need it to live. We need to find that right person that fits you right, that respects you, that loves you unconditionally. There are people who, uh, I don't know about men. Rogers, you can explain, especially men. I don't know whether you really understand love, or you were not created to love. If you're a man out there and you have had this, come in and defend the men. Because this is what I think. Are men built not to love, but, lust only? Or do men also love? I need to hear from the men out there. Cedric, I need to hear from you. I need to hear from you, Rogers. And any man that is tuned in, it's a live podcast. Go ahead and drop a comment and defend the men. Because for sure, men, it's like you go chasing after particulars on ladies. You find you are drawn to this person because of the color, the other one you are drawn to because of the smile, the other one because of the hair, the other one because of the bust or the lips or the legs, parts of the body, not a person in whole, as a whole. But even as ladies, we do it. We don't normally tend to look at you guys for who you are. I would say this way: we tend to look at your wallet. Like Dina said, it has to be heavy, and well packed. That wallet or the ATM card or the account has to be really, shining really bright for us to connect. But it's such a mistake that we have made of our day, where we are chasing after particulars and trading those for love. It's really a shame. It gets us to the big question: can lust turn into love? As the gentlemen are defending themselves, I want also to ask, and Naabawanuka, you said nze love yantabula. Let us know how love yakutabula, how love, twisted you up. And Dina says, for me, I love every brown man, but for black people, I lust, eh? I lust only. Well, Rogers, if you're there and you're not brown, you just know Dina is just lusting after you. But if you're brown, every brown man, she loves. But the black men, she lusts after. So if you can tell the difference, you come and give Dina a call. But anyway, guys, that's a good one, Dina. But I think love comes in different packages. Really, someone can be, you know, white, black, brown, yellow, any color. And when you get to know them, like love takes time. Because it does take time, guess what happens? It grows on you unaware, silently. Before you know it, you really find yourself comfortable with this person. You can tell them anything, be anything around them, and still be okay. So love really grows on you. Dina, you're interesting. Uh, I asked a question, and Roger says, Dina abadugavu twakola ki? Rogers needs to know what they did as black people to you, that you just lust after them and not love them. He just wants to know. So if you can explain what the black people did and keep us out of the dark, let us know what the black people did, that for you just lust after black people and love the brown skinned men. That has to be really clear, because so many of us are black and not browns. So we want to hear from you, Dina. What did the dark ones do that you're going for the brown ones? Otherwise, as we wait on Dina, Lillian, I hope you're watching. And if you are, please let us know how you are, if you're well. And if you're not, we pray that you get well. Otherwise, Nava Wanduka, I'm waiting to hear from you. You said for you, love is something that confused you, and I think because of that, you abandoned it. But it's not something we should drop. And Dina, you have any born again sugar mommy? Atandoge, he's actually asking if you have any born again sugar mommy that would not bewitch him. If you have any born again that won't bewitch him, Rogers is game. He wants that has money. Remember, he says sugar mommy. He wants someone with money that you know. If you know anyone with money, sugar mommy, that won't bewitch him. I don't know why, Rogers, you're scared of being bewitched and you want a born again one. You know, when you have no love, but you just want money. Born agains deserve a man who loves, not a man who just wants to get money and run. After that, Rogers, what projects do you want to start once you land a woman with money? Let us know what your plan is. Um, it gets us back to the question. Sometimes the question was, and Rogers says, Mommy, Dina, have some money. Dina, let us know if you have some money. Rogers wants to know. And Nyakato says hi. Hi, my dear. How are you, Nyakato? Good to hear from you. And let us know where you're watching from. Thank you so much for tuning in, Nyakato. I hope Nyangoma is also right next, or if it's a brother that you have is also right next, because I hear those names, they ring twins. And so chances are you are right next to a twin somewhere. So let us know who you're with, Nyangoma. Nyakato, sorry. The big question is, can lust turn into love? Sometimes but it takes effort. Yeah? Lust can turn into love, but it takes a lot of work. It takes slowing down and getting honest and growing emotionally. But normally there is no time for lust. Once you get what helps you feel better, you're out. So there is normally no time. But I ask the question, can lust sometimes turn into love? Rogers, let me know what you think. Or Naba Wanuka or Cedric, can lust sometime turn into love? Shaboya, can lust sometimes turn into love? I need to know. Nyakato, can lust turn into love? I need to know what your take is. And Nyangoma, if you're there, can lust sometime turn into love? If it does, let us know. And that is on grounds you all clearly know what lust is and what love is. Because my take is sometimes, but it takes a lot of effort. It takes slowing down and getting honest and growing emotionally. There is someone who sent a message and said, it's not about suppressing lust, it's about building on it. You start with chemistry, but then add communication, care, and commitment. Then, yeah, it can turn to love. Someone sent me that message and said, because I asked, can lust turn into love? And this person said, this person is called Jackie. He says, it's not about suppressing lust, it's about building on it. If you start with chemistry, but then add communication, those are key things, by the way, that help a relationship. Then you add care and commitment, then yeah, it can turn to love. So if you have been one who is trying hard to turn that lustful partner into someone that loves you or someone you love, you need to work on your communication and you need to work on the care, the commitment, and make sure you are committed to a relationship or get them to commit, but that is unlikely if it is not natural. Then maybe, yeah, you have a chance to turning lust into love. But if you stay in a fantasy, it will burn out. That is what fantasies do. They burn out. And Roger says, yes, of course, oyinza okunyumirwa n'oleme n'olemezaamu. I think that's what you wrote. Yeah, but it's not easy. Like I said, you have to work on it. You have to work on communication. Remember, lust is not built on communication. It is built on intimacy. Lust is built on it is fast, it's urgent, it is everything but slow. So if you can work on communication bit, work on the care and commitment, which is unlikely, then you have a chance to building a love out of lust. But if you stay in a fantasy, it will burn out. Lust is purely a fantasy. You just imagine, oh, those nice legs are wrapped around you, or those nice legs, or that nice man is hugging you. All those, that is a fantasy. And if you hang in there and stay for too long, you will burn out because you realize all that was not true, all that was not real, and then you have wasted time. And fantasies are so easy to build if you're going to be on DMs, if you're going to be on Tinder, on Instagram, on that swiping culture. It is so easy to build a fantasy world or relationship than a founded relationship where there is love. Now, there are real relationship lessons that I want us to dig into. I thought it was love, this person wrote. We texted all the time. This one is Jackie who says, I thought it was love because we texted all the time, but when I got sick, he disappeared. Can you imagine? Now, you cannot think that is love because how can just getting sick cause this person to disappear unless they never loved you in the first place? She thought it was love because they were texting every day. And when she got sick, the guy disappeared. So, in other words, the lust only hangs around when things are good. But love is the only thing that sticks around even when times are hard. I didn't feel butterflies, but I felt seen. This is another person called Olive. I didn't feel butterflies, but I felt seen. 5 years later, we are married. Oh, that's a good one. I hope Rogers and Dina hear this. She says she didn't feel butterflies, but felt seen. Now, 5 years later, they are married. In other words, love does not come with that much excitement of go get or let's do, it's not aggressive, it's not urgent, it's not fast, it grows. Yeah. She says she didn't feel butterflies, but felt seen. In other words, love makes you feel like you count as well. So this person that treats you like rubbish and you are obsessed about them, that is lust. Really, a person who loves you should treat you like a queen or king that you are. And that way, you thrive or you blossom into the wonderful person that you're supposed to be and together create a nice, beautiful thing. And another one wrote is called Victor. It started with sex, but we slowed down, had real talks, and now we are in love. Yeah, it can actually start off like that. It can start off, but you see, there are changes that you've got to put. For love, for lust to turn into love, it has to take some effort. Like I said, it takes slowing down and getting honest and growing emotionally. If those things don't happen, there is no way lust can become love. Now, another person wrote, every love story looks different, but the truth always reveals itself over time. And that is true. Every love story looks different. Yeah. There are those that you see and you're like, oh my goodness, I think they were made for each other. When they finish even each other's sentences, they start looking the same. They go out there dressed in the same colored shirts or tops or dresses or clothes. You know, eh, all those things we say. And we think because they are dressed a certain way, because they are always laughing and finishing each other's sentence, they are in love. Well, everyone's love story looks different, but the truth always reveals itself over time. So give that time. If they can carry it on for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, then they are really getting to the genuine thing. 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, oh my goodness, then they are rocking that love bed. And the other thing I wanted us to note, guys, is that lust is fun. Yeah, it is fun. It's sexy, it's exciting. Those are things that you can find about love. They are fun. This person is fun to hang around with, fun to be with. And it's got all this excitement. Yeah. But love is steady. If we can wrap it up, love is steady, love is safe. When I say steady, this person will stay constant, will hit a constant and never change. You know where they stand. Whether you're fighting Whether you get misunderstandings, this person will assure you that they still care, they still love you, and they would still pick you among all the rest. But lust doesn't do that. And Roger says, "Good night, members. I'm out to duty. Bye bye." Bye bye. Oh, bye, Rogers. Thank you so much, my dear, and thank you for the comments. I hope I'll see you next Friday if power is on and everything stays constant. Thank you so much for the comments, Rogers. Much appreciated. And have a good night. And if you're going off to work, safe trip. Yeah. And when we go back to talking about love, I said love is steady. This person will give you this constant. Whether you have fallen ill, that person will stay there and love you all the same. Whether you are not you with money, this person will love you and stay there regardless for you. And that is the constant I'm saying, or the steadiness. Nothing changes with them. Whether you are sick, whether you gain weight or lose it, whether you don't have money or have it, this person will be there for you. Why? Because they found love and they are giving it to you. And another thing that you can find about love, it's safe. You feel you can be yourself and not be judged, but be loved either way. You feel you can say anything, do anything, and still not be judged. So that's how you can tell that love is actually present, and it's deep. It is not shallow. There is no storm that can come easily and send you off. Amen, Rogers. Good night, my dear. Thank you so much. Hope to see you next time. Yeah, love is deep. It is deep whereby there are people who you see that have been together and they've been through a lot. Say like it's loss. They had that business that was thriving and it went down the drain and they are still together. They had maybe children or a child loss, but still stayed together. They There was sickness, but still hung in there and stayed together. That is love, guys. Last, you had money, you don't have it now. You had a job, you don't have one now. You owned property, you don't have now. Things could change because it's not love, it's lust. I hope I'm right on that one, Dina. Now, here's your takeaway of all the things that we have talked about. This is our takeaway. Lust is instant. It just happens very fast. It's instant. While love is gradual. It grows slowly by slowly. You start liking that person's moods, liking their ways. But lust, oh my goodness, you meet this person, you're like, oh, they are the best thing since I've seen ice cream. And you have only praises for them, but when actually you know nothing about them, that is lust. It is instant, but love is gradual. Now, lust is about you and how you feel. When people are lustful, I want her. I like the way she looks. I like it's all about I. While love is about them or her or him. It's not about I, it's about, other people. Now, lust fades without connection. It fades because if I don't see you, after some time, I cease to feel the fire or the butterflies or the pacing of the heart. It goes away after some time. But love, love grows. It grows with connection. With connection, you feel like you know this person, you want to be around them, everything about them is okay. Love is different. The moment you connect with this person, it just grows deeper and deeper and deeper. Lust has no time for connection. It just fades. After some time, there's no connection. It just fades. Because once I get what I wanted from you, then that's it. And see you next time. That is what lust would do. So the next time your heart races for someone, ask yourself, guys, is it love? Because our hearts can race over people. But we need to ask ourselves, is that love or is it lust? Now, if we cannot clearly define it, let us not be quick to commit. Because many of us commit and then find out much later that what we committed ourselves to was not love, it was actually lust. So next time you meet someone that makes your heart race, ask yourself, is it love or is it lust? Because we need to be able to tell the difference. When we cannot, then we are, signing ourselves or setting ourselves up for betrayal, pain, for hurt, for feeling used, disappointment. We need to get to that place where we can tell them apart. And that way, we guard ourselves from, all the things that would happen that would set and make us feel bad. And Nyakato says, yes, lust can evolve into love over time, but it's not. Oh, Nyakato, I wish you came earlier. It's not a guaranteed transition and requires effort. That is very true, my dear. It can change. I agree with you, lust can change into love, but it requires a lot of effort. Putting in there, which is communication, and which is commitment, which is care. And most of the time, a person lasting after you doesn't have that time, by the way. They don't have the time to care for you. They don't care how you are. They just think about themselves because lust is selfish. It is selfish and it only thinks about itself. So as long as I get what I want, I'm okay. And so it doesn't care about the other bit. That is so true, Nyakato. Thank you so much for that comment. Now, guys, the essence of this channel is to read the Bible on a daily basis. Earlier on last year, we started reading the Bible from Genesis, and right now we are in Psalms. So if you're interested in growing your life spiritually, reading the Bible, guys, subscribe and don't forget to like, because once you do that, you'll be able to get notification of videos as and when they drop in. But as for Friday, we talk about life. We are talking about life experiences. It can be anything really. We talk about relationships, we talk about money, we talk about um, leadership, and everything in between. So in case you have your Friday and you have nothing to do, go on and tune in. You can also go ahead and subscribe and get notification of videos as and when they drop in, and also be able to access in the archives. We've done several videos and lives. You can go in the playlists and find them, and you can binge on those ones, and we can chat. Next Friday, you can suggest certain topics you want us to talk about. It's a live chat. Nyakato says, yet lust is primarily physical attraction, while love involves deeper emotional connection and a desire for long-term commitment. Hey, that is so true. Love is emotional and it requires commitment. It thrives on trust. And all those words that Nyakato has said are so true. Nyakato, you should join me on one of these podcasts so that we can talk about love when I can see you. Yeah, the thing is, you joined us very late. I don't know why, but I'm so glad that you have tuned in. Guys, thank you so much. Those of you who have been on from the very beginning, Every Friday, we are right here and we talk about life. You can suggest a topic of discussion for next week and we can discuss it. Otherwise, it's a live podcast. Go ahead and drop your comments. Let us know what your take is on love and lust. If you can tell the difference, let us know how you are able to tell the difference. And if you can't, still let us know and we can talk about it. Nava Wanduka, you have been amazing. Cedric, thank you so much. BCM, thank you so much. And Single Dad, I missed you today. Jasper, thank you so much. Shaboya, thank you so much. And there's also who? Age, it's called. And Dina, thank you so much. You have been a great sport. Rogers, thank you so much. Naba Wanuka, you have been amazing. TJ90, thank you so much for tuning in. And Alan, thank you so much for tuning in. Cedric, thank you so much for the comments. Those are the guys who dropped comments, guys. You can still drop a comment and let me know who you are, where you're watching from. Otherwise, those are the guys that have been sending comments and keeping us on here, laughing and chatting. You can do the same as well next time, and together we can chat. Thank you so much. Much appreciation to all of you who have been commenting. Thank you for being here, and don't forget to subscribe or drop a comment, like, and to share the link. If there is anyone you feel would benefit from, hearing more topics about life, go ahead and share the link with someone who you care about. Otherwise, you have been a great sport. And Alan, thank you so much. You are amazing. Jamie, thank you so much. Audrey, though I've not seen you today. And Shaboya, you came in and left right as you came. Jasper, you disappeared in thin air, but you guys are amazing. And Lillian, I didn't see you today. I hope you are well. And I hope you can tune in and watch the rerun in the video, in the live section. Otherwise, until next time, guys, you have been amazing. If you want to ask a question, I give you about 3 minutes. And if you have not dropped a comment, I will sign off. Otherwise, I'm waiting for your comments. Nyakato, you have been good. Thank you so much for the comments. I hope you keep well. And I'm waiting for these 3 minutes. Any comments, any suggestion of the topic next week? And then we can sign off. Otherwise, thank you so much for spending Friday with us and supporting this channel whichever way you have. Nyakato, does true love exist? True love does exist, Nyakato. It does really exist. We may be there wondering, thinking it doesn't, but it does exist. Reason for that, this is a Bible-based channel, so I'll talk about true love existing. There is someone for everyone. Truly, there is someone for everyone. I don't care what the world has reduced you to think that there is no true love. True love does exist. An example, we go back to the Bible where Adam, a spouse was created for him, which was Eve. God did not create Sarah, Jackie, Melissa, Metissa, all those for Adam. He created just one spouse, Eve, for him. It goes to show you for everyone out there is the right person. For everyone, there's your Adam out there, and there's my Adam out there. There's your Eve if you're a man, and there's my Eve if I'm a man. Everyone, just one person. There's something incredible about the heart. The heart, try and divide it into two. It won't function right. That means you cannot split your love between more than one person. If you cut the heart into a half and you put the left ventricle on the left and the right ventricle on the right, it won't work. It's just anything, and actually that person will bleed to death, and that will be the end of it. But bring this one person and put them right in the middle of that heart. It will pump and pump and pump and pump, and that person will live and thrive. Now, there is a right person for everyone, but the thing is, we go ahead of God and get for ourselves people before the right time. There's a time for everything under the sun. Now it's all about timing. It's a waiting game where you have to wait for the right time. Say, like I'm in school and I want to get myself into a relationship. I'm in the right place, which is school, but doing the wrong thing with the wrong person because I'm not supposed to be engaging myself in any of those activities. So I get, all the things mixed up and it won't work out. But if you take your time and wait, and if it is time for school, you study. If it is time for work, you work and keep your doors open. That right person will come because there is someone for everyone out there. I hope that answers. That's my take. Nakato. And I see here a comment from Cedric after your presentation and the viewers' comments. Surely I can now tell the difference. I hope that has helped. And thank you so much, Cedric. You got quiet on me. So I thought you came on when we started and then you disappeared. Thank you so much for that comment. And if there is no any other comments, guys, it's getting late and I don't know where you're watching from. Let me know otherwise. I'm signing off and it's time for me to say good night. If there is a topic that you would want us to talk about next Friday, drop it in the comment section. We'll read it. And if it's one that we've not done before, we will try to think about it and actually do it. Otherwise, until next Friday, same time, 9:40. Bye bye, guys, and take care.